Hey there, welcome back, and we're here today to have a look at an Ibanez AS53, A meaning it's coming from their Art Core series, which are sort of a high-end entry-level instrument, I guess you'd say. If you look on the Ibanez website, it says they're in the archive section, but I'm still finding current listings for them here in Australia, particularly Manny's have got them for about $560, so they are that high-end entry-level instrument, but Ibanez have been making quality instruments for a very long time, and in fact the first quality guitar that I ever owned was a 1978 Ibanez Musician. You can find them online these days. They're about $3,500 and a bit of a collector's item. That was in the world BC, before children. Things changed. I let a bit of stuff go that I probably shouldn't have let go. Look, this one's in the translucent blue. They come in two other colours, solid black and translucent tobacco. It's a tobacco, like a tobacco burst you would see on a Gibson. It fake gets a bit darker as it fans out. The bound laurel fretboard, and the entirety of the body is sapiki, which is a responsibly sourced renewable wood, typically found in South Africa and South America as well. It's got some ceramic inlays in the fretboard, beautifully bound body, not a lot of weight to it, but I suppose if you have a look at that, it is the smaller style double cutaway hollow body. I've got a larger one here, which is infinitely larger. That's closer to your typical 335. This would be, I suppose, if you had to describe the body, you'd call it a 339 style. Try not to drop my Gretsch. It's interesting in that it's got a single master tone and master volume, and I get that the wrong way around, but they've split them with a three-way selector, which kind of gives it some symmetry to my mind. I actually quite like the look of it. It's billed as a jazz instrument, and I'm about as much a jazz player as my washing machine is a refrigerator, so that's really not going to cut it. But I ummed and ahed, and I consulted the face heard. Do I throw it at a $3,000 amp, or do I do something realistic and sort of... So what I've done is I've put together what I'd be pretty happy with as a starting out kit. We've got the Fender Mustang GTX 50 here, the iPad in front of me to control that. I've got the pedal board for the amp as well. There is no other pedals in line, so we're just going to have a flick through what this thing can do coming through an amp that's about a $400-500 amp. You're looking at about $1,000-1,100 setup, and you'd be pretty hard pressed to beat the versatility and the quality that you'd get from this kind of compo as a starting guitarist. I'd be pretty happy. So given that it's supposed to be a jazz instrument, we'll just plumb him out at straight, clean, open jazz. Neck pickup. Middle selector, which is both pickups together. These are ceramic humbuckers. What does that mean? It means the magnets inside the pickups are made of ceramic. Typically, this is a cheaper way of making magnets as opposed to what we normally see a ferrite magnet. Same goes for your loudspeakers. I think my Blues Junior is equipped with the ceramic for that more authentic 60s style sound, 70s style sound. These are all ferrite, which is your standard slightly heavier magnets. So in essence, they're cheaper to make and they don't sound any different really. move away from that clean, jazzy. You can hear the compression in there. That's because there is a compressor in front of the amp. If you were to see the interface, we can turn him off, see if it makes any difference. Effects, turn the compressor off. Yeah, opens it up a bit. So, what I will demonstrate now is, at this price, the build quality is exceptional. And like I said, about $550 brand new. You can rent this one right now from Music Core. This is a pre-love from the Music Core pre-love range, and it is really a great pedals platform, I guess. Especially if you're on something like this with a modelling amp, or if you've got a whole heap of money and you can buy a Line 6 or something, go right ahead. But try. Same on that center position. Absolutely nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's a pleasure to play. It's a modern C-shaped neck, 24 millimeters at the heel here, and down to 21 millimeters. So it's fairly shallow. Jazz instrument. Okay, somebody does play an instrument very, very, very similar to this one. If I just switch over to my tuner. clean him up a bit. So there you have it. Didn't have to go into too much detail. It really is quite a versatile instrument, and the price point, the build quality, absolutely brilliant. Or rent one today. Apologies, I've been away for a while. Work's busy. Got some annual leave up. There'll be 2 more videos drop in the next week. We'll have a look at this Vox amp over here and something else. Max Saltmarsh will be back with a 3-stage gain lead pedal, which looks really, really interesting. He's got it at the moment. We'll see how we go. Thanks for listening, eh?